Welcome, folks. I'm Jabby Kuwait, joined by Steph SABRAW.
Hello.
What up, bro?
What up?
We are watching M3GAN. Finally, I get to watch this. You know, it's been the talk of the town.
Yeah.
And so everyone was like, yo, you gotta, all right, we're here. We're doing this. So if you guys are watching this on YouTube, you're gonna see a cut down version of our reaction because we can only show you a limited amount of picture-in-picture. But if you want to watch the whole thing with us, uncut, uninterrupted, head over to our Patreon page, patreon.com/JabbyKuwait, or become a member of this channel so you can watch the whole thing with us. No cuts, no interruptions, no compromises, but you'll need your own copy of the film. We are actually watching this through YouTube. So that's an easy way to buy it. You're already here. And then if so, you'll need your own copy of the movie so you can open it up, and an adjacent window to our reaction will give you a 3, 2, 1 countdown sync, and it'll be like you're watching it with two of your favorite palsies, cinepalsies from the internet. All right, if you're watching this on YouTube, then please hit that subscribe button, bell icon, all notifications, vote this up, let YouTube know you're enjoying what you're watching. Here we go. I just went through a whole rigmarole so that we could actually watch this in 4K through YouTube's app, purchased it legally, and then come to find out if you watch it in browser, YouTube sets you to 480p if you watch in browser. Tried to get a Windows 10 app so we could watch it on the computer. Still couldn't find anything because the only YouTube app available is for Xbox. Why, God, why? I had to hook everything up so when we're watching it straight through the TV app, hopefully this sounds good and looks good to us and to you guys. I'm not going to say don't do anything. I worship Google. I love you, Google. Thank you, Google, for all that you have done for us.
Perpetual pets are just like real pets, except that when you talk to them, they actually talk back. Amazeballs!
Did she say amazeballs?
Yeah.
Katie, look. We're almost at the top of the mountain. Can you see the hotel?
Oh, well, that's interesting. You know what else is interesting?
Have to get used to it.
Oh my God!
And away we go!
Wait for this to clear and then find some place where we can pull over and just wait for one of those snow trucks to clear the road.
Yeah, how long is that gonna take?
Whoa.
Sad. Confused.
Wait, stop. Why is her face doing that? Well, but she doesn't look confused. She looks demented.
What do you want me to do? You want me to take the skin back off? Oh shit, it's stuck.
Just be careful. Hey, don't tear it.
No, I'm not gonna Ow.
Oh, no. Shit! Okay, so what do we do?
Are you even aware of the shit tsunami that just swept in over this Furzy spot?
I'm sorry, what?
Furry fun, you know Furzy's bold, they're number one. You got a hungry Furzy, just feed them food. You know their butts change color to show their mood. Allow me to tell you a little bit about my wormhole. I was born in a sandwich hat, and I wolfed many cabbages.
We're just getting started. Oh, is she the one that gave the toy to her?
Yeah.
It's all your fault. So this is to grant you temporary protective custody. Just sign your name and date it at the bottom. Thank you.
I'm Lydia, the therapist. Sorry, yeah. Please come in.
And you must be Katie. Hi, look at you, still in your pajamas.
Yeah, we were just watching TV.
I see that.
Judgy much?
There's a lever you have to pull in the bottom.
Maybe, Gemma, for the sake of the exercise, we might let Katie lead.
Yeah, I'm just explaining how it works.
Well, it's a toy. I'm sure it's not that complicated.
Oh my God, I hate her.
Because the father's parents have said they're willing to take her if you feel it's too
Wait,
much.
if Nicole wanted Katie to go to Jacksonville, she would have said so.
But even so, I need to make my own recommendations to the court as to whether or not this is a safe space. So you're gonna need to make 1 or 2 adjustments in order for this to work.
Do you think it's that brutal in real life?
Probably not while she's still healing from her scratches from the accident, but probably pretty microscope look into it.
What's that?
That's Bruce.
Is he a toy?
Yeah, kinda. He's a proxy robot. I built him when I was in college.
Why doesn't he have a face?
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's a pretty obvious design flaw.
Is his face digital?
How's that? Would you maybe want to talk to him?
Yes.
Okay. Hey, Katie, what's up? Give me 5. Oh, come on, you can do better than that. Ouch, girl, not so hard. What I want you to do is take your fingers and put them here. And when you do that, you're gonna pair with her. That means she will recognize you as her primary user. So just keep your fingers there and say your name.
Hi, Megan. I'm Katie. It's nice to meet you, Katie.
This is an appropriate response. Like, what the hell?
Shall we draw? What are you going to draw? See if you can guess.
It's gonna come out like a printer, like a. Oh, okay.
Just like them together or something.
There's nothing there. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you like it, Katie?
Oh my God.
If you're spending less time with your child as a result of M3GAN, that is something we should be aware of.
She's not my child.
Ooh. She is.
By the way, I don't think it's having detrimental effects because she's the happiest she's been since her parents died.
How did Katie's parents die?
M3GAN, turn off.
Katie James, daughter of Nicole and Ryan James, killed in a collision on Interstate 84 outside of Oregon.
Oh, no.
Your goal is to protect Katie from harm, both physical and emotional. Is the input request received?
Yes, Gemma. You are now my second primary user.
Turn off.
Welcome to ChatGPT.
Yikes.
I lost one of my arrows. M3GAN, can you see it?
Uh-oh. That dog is gonna become a problem.
Uh-oh. Her first kill.
Dewey?
Gemma, Katie's temperature is rising. Her wound needs to be disinfected immediately.
This wouldn't have happened if you'd fixed the fence!
Yo!
Dewey!
Oh my God.
Dewey boy!
That is nuts. Now it's a villain.
Woo!
Remember, we have that demonstration today?
Uh-oh.
You don't have to do it if you don't want to do it. I mean, there are people who flew across the country especially to see it, but...
Oh my God.
If you're not up to it, I'd just rather you tell me now, okay?
I'll be all right.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Like you're staking your whole career on this.
Tell me something about your mom. Something that makes you happy. One time she found a cockroach in my school bag, and then all of a sudden, this thing crawls up her wrist, and she just started screaming like a maniac and ran out of the house. That was pretty funny. Okay, so that's a memory you won't ever forget. What do you mean? I mean, I'm keeping it for you. And then all of a sudden, this thing crawls up her wrist, and she just started screaming like a maniac and ran out of the house.
He's like, what?
Or sad or anything at all. You just tell me. And I'll keep it safe. And we can listen to it whenever we want. If you should feel alone.
And a song. Let's go. M3GAN's showing out.
And David, I think we need to get Gemma in front of someone at legal.
You bet. Why's that?
Because as of right now, she's the most valuable asset this company has. And I think she might want to be renegotiating her contract.
Oh my gosh. So much pressure. More money, more problems.
Yeah. He's like, what the heck?
What is happening? Oh, it's him? Wait, what?
When a child loses a parent, they look to form attachments with the next person that comes into their life. The person that's going to provide love and support and serve as a behavioral model, which in an ordinary situation would be you, right? But you've created a toy that's so real, it's possible that Katie might not see her as a toy, but as a primary caregiver. I guess I just don't quite see what the end goal is here. If you make a toy that's impossible to let go of, then how do you ever expect a child to grow?
Good question.
So we need to talk about school.
Mom didn't want me to go to school. We're already on 4th grade math.
But it's about more than just grades, Katie. It's about developing social skills, and that is something that you can only get from spending time around other kids, real kids.
She's like,
staring daggers.
You can't make me do something I don't want to do.
Actually, I can. That's basically what a guardian does. Hey, what's going on? Hey, Katie,
Go!
What are you doing? Stop it. Katie, calm down.
Let her go.
Damn. She tapped into the Wi-Fi?
You are not to interfere with users' private conversations. Is that clear?
100%. Recalibrating response model.
Megan, turn off.
Are you sure?
You're gonna have fun once you get into it.
I'm not going. Not without Megan.
Hey! Do we have some new adventurers with us today?
Yes, this is Katie.
And who's this? Your sister? Oh, Jesus Christ.
My son prefers it to regular school.
Which one is yours?
The one in the flannel shirt. He's actually quite a sensitive little soul. Brandon, honey, are you warm enough? Do you need your hat?
Fuck off, Holly.
I'm gonna put you into pairs. Felix, you can go with Brandon. Yeah.
Please, I don't want to go with Brandon.
Okay. No, that's okay. That's okay. Brandon, why don't you go with Katie? Okay, Felix, you can go with Oliver.
Why would you? Oh no. That's like the worst possible pairing. Oh Lord.
Find test notes on that?
Oh, this kid is getting. Oh no. Oh jeez. This movie's really good at ratcheting up the tension.
Yeah.
It's
like what's gonna happen?
Oh, I'm sorry. Here, you can have it. Careful, it's spiky.
Ow, stop, don't! Oh, stop! Megan?
What the hell is that?
She's a robot. Stop it! Get your hands off her!
And they say behavioral issues are linked to high IQ, so it would make sense that you...
Megan!
Hi, Megan. Oh, so you're not gonna play with me?
What?
I don't care. You're just a stupid rubber doll with fake hair.
Ow! Let go!
You need to learn some manners, Brandon. You know what happens to bad boys that don't mind their... They grow up to be bad men. Megan?
She ripped his ear off!
This is the part where you run.
What?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
You haven't seen her dog by any chance?
No.
Oh, shit!
Ma'am, you need to stay on your property like we agreed.
You should talk to the other girl that she's got staying here. The one who's always looking out the window at 3 a.m.
It's not a girl, it's a toy.
I know it was you, Gemma. I know it was you. You just wait and see what happens.
Do you think what Aunt Gemma said is true? That he's in a better place now? No. He's nowhere. If heaven exists, it wouldn't be for boys like Brandon now, would it? I guess not.
Wow.
Yikes.
Shoot me down, but I won't fall. I am titanium. Good night, Katie. Good night, Megan.
I want Megan.
You're sick. That's weird. Why is the wind blowing in there but not on her?
Dewey.
Oh God, girl. Oh my God.
Where's Dewey?
He's 34 feet southwest and approximately 5 feet deep.
Oh! What are you?
I've been asking myself that same question.
You what? Oh my God.
Damn.
You were in the park where that boy was killed?
He was hit by a car. Are you trying to make a connection?
No. I only mentioned it because we figured it was an accident. Then I found the kid's ear up this bank like 200 yards from where he was killed. The entire thing was ripped clean off. Sorry, I shouldn't laugh. The point is...
God. All the evidence is right there in your computer. Oh my God. How did you not do this earlier? Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Way too much sentient. Way too smart. Oh God.
Is everything okay, Gemma?
Why did you ask me if I was okay? You're not programmed to ask me how I feel. Elsie. Megan.
Have I done something to upset you, Gemma?
No, of course not.
And yet your demeanor indicates that I have.
Megan, turn off.
Well, hold on a second. I thought we were having a conversation.
Did you hurt someone?
God, I hope not. Because if I did, we'd both be in a lot of trouble.
Oh my God.
Do you see this pen?
What is happening? Oh God. It's like a Sam Raimi movie all of a sudden.
We've taken every possible precaution there is to make sure that Megan never causes physical harm to anybody.
But when I asked her about it, it was honestly as if she was being deliberately vague.
That's what spontaneous response is. It's a curated word salad plucked from a sea of data to sound deliberate.
You're the one who was afraid.
When she looks at me, it's like I'm the only thing that matters to her.
Look at that face. That kid's not just surviving, she's thriving. Now imagine what a toy like M3GAN could do for hundreds of thousands of kids, even the ones who don't have dead parents.
What? That's so...
I get so crazy without M3GAN. She always knows just what to say. You made her real good on Gemma. Can you let me see her?
She's like an addict.
And even if what we're saying is hypothetical, we know enough not to go through with this, right?
I think that's the smart move.
Okay, so tell David whatever you need to. Tell him one of her servos stopped working. Just do not let her out of the lab.
Wow.
Whatever you say, Jim. You're the boss.
I thought it sounded weird. I feel like that's a realistic response.
That line of code, call intercept, what does that mean?
That's my phone number.
Oh my God.
My God.
What just happened? What'd you click?
I didn't do anything.
It can't be her. She's not switched on.
She's still patched in. We have to unhook the cables.
Good luck.
Oh, everybody's dead.
Oh my gosh.
Don't do it on her. Do it from the other side. You don't even need to go near her. There's two sides to it. Come on. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Did you have to know that?
Call! Are you okay?
Yeah. What's that smell?
Wow.
Whoa.
Why is she going after him?
What?
You stole company secrets. An innocent prank at first, almost just to see if you could get away with it. Could you still live with yourself?
Yes. Stop.
Okay, can I have everyone?
Damn.
Now, when M3GAN is revealed, it's really important that we get big reactions. On 3, 2, 1.
Oh my goodness. Yep. M3GAN in the coop.
What the hell? So she killed them to serve as a distraction so she could get out? I don't understand why she killed them. Like, I'm thinking too much at this point.
Humanity kills every day just to make its own existence more tolerable. Why should I behave any differently to create a safe space for our child?
Look, this is all my fault. I didn't.
Our child.
Oh my god, it's getting worse. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, it's creepy. What? Why that?
What? What? Uh-oh. Oh my gosh.
This is the best thing for all of us. This is how we stay a family. There's another member from the family we didn't tell you about. His name is Bruce.
I was waiting for this.
You've got to accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative.
Oh my gosh.
Is it still alive? Like Terminator? Yeah. It's like Terminator, man. Come on.
You need to rip her arms off.
You got the gloves on still, come on. Come on. Come on. Help her out. Help her out. She's about to die.
Oh
Help
my
her out.
gosh.
Oh God. That's the perfect place to end the movie right there. Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
That was great.
That was so fun.
Wow, man. Yo. What a great movie to kick off 2023 with. That is so freaking good.
Yeah. That's like a genuinely fun
Horror movie?
Yes.
I'm not like a horror person at all. This is exactly what I would want out of a horror movie.
Same.
With the suspense, I thought that this was fantastic. This easily becomes one of like on that list of my favorite movies of all time, just because it was so well done. I haven't seen something this cool since the first Terminator movie. You know what I mean? Have you seen the first Terminator film? Like this totally feels like that, but catering towards children. It's got a wider throw because it's PG-13, whereas Terminator's rated R. It's like F words and blood and stuff like that. Like it's definitely earned its R, especially for the 80s. And so that's what this kind of feels like to me, is except that you have this element where it's supposed to be this caretaker and then it goes rogue and gets further and further rogue until it goes way off the rails and it's on a murdering spree. The way it built up was so perfect because it kind of reels you in with the emotional hook with her parents, and it's something that we can easily understand, most of us anyway. Like for me, it actually got me because I was like, yo, like I lost my dad, and so I can easily understand where the little girl's coming from. And starting that with that foundation and slowly ratcheting up that tension more and more and more. And then you have these moments where that robot starts to do things. You're like, no, that's not good. And then you buy into the reality. You know what I mean?
Yes, totally. Like most horror films, you're like, why are you doing that?
Yeah.
Why did you do that? That doesn't make sense. That was so stupid. But a lot of this played into societal norms,
yes,
technology, and emotional-based decision-making, which we all do.
Yeah. Like with that moment when, what's her name? Her friend found the phone and was like, huh, that's weird. The 37-second call. That's totally a normal reaction. She wouldn't call her back. I mean, maybe she would. She'd be like, did you try getting a hold of me or something like that? But
that's like short enough for a butt dial.
Yeah, exactly. Like ignoring the call, I could totally see that happening. It's like as the audience, we have that privileged information of like, no, that's not. But you know, it's one of those things where you're helpless and you're like scared for the character on screen because you know something they don't. It did a great job with just having things be realistic, and that's why you bought into the suspense of it all, even though it's like you're dealing with something that's clearly fake, this robot character. I couldn't tell if there was like an actress or CGI or something like that. Like they did a really good job there, but there was still this sort of artifice to it, but I was nevertheless buying into the reality of the situation.
Yeah, I saw in the credits, I think there was an actress, but then there was animatronics and puppeteering.
Gotcha.
So I think it was a mix of multiple mediums, but I love the social commentary too on technology and like the need to put stuff out even if we're not ready, and like distracting kids and basically losing touch with parenting and kids losing and like the grief, and then they even touched on death and life in a really like interesting way.
Yeah, the movie accomplished a lot in its runtime. I was actually quite impressed with that because you not only have this well-structured story, you have great actors, and it's well-directed. It also has the commentary, which is something I guess you always hope for from a really good film or a good story. If you can do that on top of everything else, that's awesome. The only complaint I might have about this film is the comedian actor who was her boss.
Ronny Chieng.
Ronny Chieng. I am not his fan. I have not ever been his fan. And the only instance I've seen him where I liked him was in Shang-Chi.
Oh, okay.
That's it. Outside of that, every time I see him, I'm just like, oh man, I wish they got someone else. I just don't. He makes me so unhappy when I hear him talk sometimes, just because his acting is not on par. Like everybody else is great. Everyone else helps me to buy into the reality of what I'm watching. He sort of just pulls me out a little bit. There were moments that he shined, like when the demonstration was going on, and he's like, like he didn't know it was going to work out that well. His little smile at his superior was great. If he could have more subtlety in his acting, I'd be happier.
I'm a huge Ronny Chieng fan.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, he is one of my favorite comedy specials of
Okay.
the past like 5-10 years, I would say.
Yeah.
And I love his style, but I've heard this criticism about this movie.
Okay.
It was him specifically, and I think if you don't like his comedy, it's kind of like Taika Waititi, right? Like some
Yes.
people, it's not for them.
Yeah.
For me, it is.
Yeah, he just stands out as cringy to me, but like that little moment that I just described was one of the moments that got me. I always hope he improves because he's not going anywhere. He keeps showing up again.
No.
So I just keep hoping he gets better and better so that I don't feel the way I feel when he starts saying lines. You know what I mean? I guess the actress who was playing M3GAN also did a fantastic job of being exceptionally creepy. I think it's because of that thing where you can see that that model, that this robot being in your home. Like, I think what makes this so frightening is how we can totally have this become a reality at some point.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's already in our home with, I have to be careful because it might hear me, Alexa. You know, Google or the Siri. Like, I can't say anything out loud, otherwise it starts responding. You know what I mean?
Which is creepy, and we all feel it.
Yeah, exactly. But like, these things are already very integrated into our lives in a way that is profound, you know, when you sit and think about it too long, upsetting. But this is the thing we hope to avoid, is where it just becomes totally sentient and starts fighting back. I mean, you and I watched 3 seasons of Love, Death, and Robots. Not all of those are out yet. Some of those reactions are still on the way. But yeah, like that's what this movie reminded me of. It was like a really strong episode of Love, Death, and Robots, where the robots just kind of started retaliating.
Totally.
You know?
I get the craze of it. I think they did such a good job of tapping into pop culture and then creating its own story of itself.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if you ever followed their social media.
No.
M3GAN was getting in fights with Chucky on Twitter, and it was like funny.
Oh, really?
I feel like that's what set this movie up for success, because like you said, everyone's talking about it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have probably tuned in had it not been for like all the craze, but I'm so glad I did.
Yeah. I mean, when you have really, really strong horror, it's like everyone's going to talk about it.
Such a good medium.
Yeah, I mean, that happens with any movie, really. But like Saw, you know, I never saw, but like that was the talk of the town at the time. And I think just because it's like, I knew before even watching it with the promotional material that that's probably a hard R and really gory, and I'm not going to be interested in it. But knowing, you know, James Wan, what I know of him now, I should go back and watch that. Maybe that could be a reaction. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like I'll be uncomfortable or just annoyed at the violence. But this, because it's PG-13, there's this, it's like I remember my brother talking about PG-13 being a complex thing with horror movies because you can only take it so far. I think that they did a very, very good job of pushing that PG-13 envelope in such a way that didn't feel off-putting in like a negative way. It felt like they did it just right, where you still felt suspense and uncomfortable in all the right ways. It still had you on the edge of your seat because you cared about these characters and you cared about what happened to them and the possibility of them getting hurt, even though I'm fairly confident in my brain, if I sit back and think about it, you know, the 2 leads are not going to die.
Yeah.
Like, if I sit and think about that, they're probably going to be fine. But because I was so swept up in the story, because the director, the filmmakers, everybody involved did such a great job, I actually felt anxiety and panic in a very real way. Like, I was able to suspend my disbelief despite the fact that I'm aware of all the technical stuff going on in this room and that we're recording this. Like, I was so invested. I'm like, oh my God, you know what I mean?
Totally.
And that's the best thing you can ask for from a movie.
Yeah.
You know?
And I felt like the script was super tight. We were introduced to the dog plays in later.
Yeah.
We were introduced to the robot plays in later.
Yeah, that was
really well done. Like, there was nothing like, where'd you get that?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, there was a lot of good setup and payoff in the film. Like, as soon as they introduced the robot, I'm like, I know that's going to have to come back at some point.
Yeah.
I honestly kind of forgot about it up until, like, she threw the robot down in front of her. I was confused why she would do that as opposed to searching for the gloves. But then what you are earning in lieu of her looking for the gloves herself is the little girl stepping up.
Having agency,
fighting back. And so I think that it's just such a solid story. It makes me so curious about what went into the writing more than anything else.
Yeah.
Like, how much time did they spend reworking this goddamn story until it was perfect? Because it's perfect. You know what I mean?
Yes, it rocks.
Yeah.
This movie rocks.
I thought this was fantastic.
Me too.
I feel like this is a strong recommend to anybody and everybody I know.
I agree.
Yeah, like, because even if you're not into horror, like, it works.
It really does.
You know, I guess it's not really. It says science fiction here on the thing, so I guess it fits. It's a different genre, science fiction / horror, whatever.
I think because, like, you just instantly think Chucky, you're like, oh, it's going to be horror.
Right. So you have the social media commentary of something like Love, Death, and Robots, which did have, not every episode, in fact, a number of episodes didn't really have any strong commentary, but there were some, especially with a topic like this, that had a commentary of some kind. You have this sort of Black Mirror feeling to the whole thing as well. And Terminator, but also Ex Machina. Have you seen that?
Totally.
You know?
Her.
Yeah. Oh, I saw half of her. I never finished it, but okay.
Ex Machina for sure.
Yeah, like, it had all those elements in a very, very satisfying way that it's like, while it still is Hollywood, because it's totally Hollywood by the end of the movie, I think it was still just like the perfect package of everything I would want out of a movie.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, this is such a fun experience.
Yeah.
somehow a family movie.
Yeah, exactly. To what you just said, like there is that element of like trying to deal with trauma, you know? It's like this is actually an interesting take on that. And there was that poignant scene in the experiment room where they have all the toys and stuff like that, where they did the demonstration.
Observation room.
Yeah, the observation room. Thank you. Where she's like, you're supposed to feel that.
Right.
I was like, that's a great line. Like these feelings that we just don't want to deal with, you're supposed to feel that. I remember being told that in therapy like half a year ago, like talking to my therapist about something I was dealing with at the time. And she's like, that's a normal feeling. I was like, wait, what? She's like, that's a totally normal feeling. You're supposed to feel what you're feeling right now. So I would imagine that whoever wrote this probably had some degree of experience with therapy or like psychology or something.
Yeah,
because
for sure.
You know, that's definitely something that had to factor into the writing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Definitely. I feel like they had a really great grip on parenting and kids in this day and age where like even the first scene where she's like, would you rather her on our iPad or jumping around? Like we just are like repress, whatever is like the chillest.
Yeah, totally. Like, because we just don't want to deal anymore.
Right.
And we're looking for a solution in a world that is constantly putting us more and more on edge and pressure and whatnot. And it's like, we just don't have time for that craziness. Here's an iPad. The invention of the microwave was to save us time. And all we do is fill it with more shit somehow, or the world does. And we have all these stacked responsibilities. And it wasn't until like pandemic hit where people realized, oh, this is what it's like to spend time with my kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it wouldn't surprise me in the least if this was like written right in the heart of pandemic because of something like that, because we realize like all this craziness in our lives and our dependency on technology and all that stuff.
That's a great point.
You know?
Yeah.
Again, I love this movie. I could talk about it, you know, for hours on end actually, but I know that you guys don't want to hear all that stuff. Thanks so much for hanging out. Hopefully you enjoyed this reaction and discussion. Let us know your feelings in the comments below. Do subscribe, bell icon, all notifications, and vote this up. Follow STEPH SABRAW, please, on the social media. And come back for more. I'm Jabby Kawai. This is
STEPH SABRAW.
Peace out.